So today we are going to start the discussion about numerical differentiation. Numerical differentiation means if you have a function f of x where x is the independent variable, then differentiation means d by dx of f of x, d square by dx square of f of x, etc. These are the differentiation. But numerical differentiation means the value of this differentiation at a particular point. For example, d f of x by dx at x equal to xp is a numerical differentiation. We are finding the value of differentiation at a particular point. So that we are going to discuss in this particular topic, numerical differentiation. So here the course outcome is the students will be able to solve numerical differentiation and integration after this topic. So let y equal to f of x is a function evaluated at the points x0, x1, x2, etc. xn. Means the values of y equal to f of x are x0, f0, x1, f1, x2, f2, etc. xn, fn. These are the data of y equal to f of x, the available data. Then we can find df by ds, d square f by ds square, etc. at the specified value of x equal to xp. If we know the values of the data of y equal to f of x, then we can easily find this df by dx, d square f by dx square, etc. at specified value x equal to xp. So please note, if the function is unknown, if the function whose data are available, if it is unknown, if y equal to f of x is unknown, then interpolate the function. Interpolate a function phi of x. That one is a suitable function, or that one is a best fit of the unknown function at the given point. Then we can find the derivative of any higher order derivatives of f of x using this phi of x. Okay, so even if f of x is unknown, we can find the derivative of f of x by using this interpolate function. Okay, so we all know that the type of data, two different types of data are there. One is fixed data and second one is divided data. So if we have a fixed data, if the unknown function have a fixed data, we can, or finite data, not fixed data, finite data, then we have to use the finite difference interpolation. We have to use the finite interpolation technique for differentiation, numerical differentiation. And if we have divided data, we have to use the divided difference interpolation methods. Okay, so here in this topic, we are assuming that the given data is a finite. We are only focusing on the finite data case. So say the finite data is y equal to f of x, where xi is equal to x0 plus ih, means the I is an integer, means the difference between the adjacent data are constant, and that is h. Say we are going to find the value of differentiation at a particular point, say x equal to x0 plus ph. This is the point at which we are asked to find the differentiation, where the relation between this extrapolating point, the new point, and x0 is x equal to x0 plus ph. Then we can find df of by dx, df of x by dx is equal to df of x by dp into dp by dx. Please note the differentiation df of x, we are not writing it as d phi of x by dx, where phi of x is an interpolated function. It's understood. We are actually not differentiating f of x, we are actually differentiating the interpolated function phi of x. Okay, but we can interchange these two without any inconvenience. Okay, so df of x by dx, we can write it as df of x by dp into dp by dx. So what is this quantity dp by dx? What is dx by dp? This is x, so x is equal to x0 plus ph, where x0 and h are constant. So what is dx by dp? Dx by dp, this is 0 and this is h. So dx by dp is equal to h. So this is reversible also. What is p? P is equal to x minus x0 divided by h. So at that point, what is dp by dx? Dp by dx is equal to 1 by h. Okay, so dp by dx equal to 1 by h. So we can write df of x by dx is equal to 1 by h into df of x by dp. So please note dp by dx is 1 by h. Okay. So now by using this, so even we can write d square f by dx square. D square f by dx square is equal to what we can write? We can write it as d of df by dx, d of df by dx, okay, divided by dx. This outside d by dx, we can write it as d by dx or d by dp into dp by dx. The outside one, this d by dx, we can write it as d by dp into dp by dx. Is it okay? Now what about that inner bracket? This df by dx that is already written here, this df by dx is nothing but 1 by h into df by dp. So this is nothing but 1 by h into df by dp. This is nothing but df by dp. df by dp. Okay. So what is this dp by dx? This is 1 by h. This is 1 by h. Here we have one more 1 by h. So it will become 1 by h square. It is 1 by h square. Now what is left? We have d of df by dp divided by dp, that is d square p by d square f by dp square. Okay, so d square f by dx square, we can write it as 1 by h square into d square f by dp square. So please note, we can write df by dx is equal to 1 by h into df by dp, and d square f by dx square is equal to 1 by h square into d square f by dp square. Means, if you are using a particular finite interpolation method, we have a finite extrapolation formula also. First, differentiate that extrapolation formula with respect to dp. Then multiply it with 1 by h. We have df by dx. Differentiate 2 times differentiate the extrapolation function. So we have d square f by dp square. Multiply it with 1 by h square. We have d square f by dx square. So that's a procedure we are going to do. Okay. So first we are going to use the Newton's finite forward extrapolation formula. So we are differentiation based on Newton's forward interpolation method. So we are directly going to use a problem. We are directly going to solve a problem by using Newton's forward interpolation method. So through this application, we can derive the necessary equation. That is better, I think. So please note down the question. Find dy by dx. Actually, it is df. This is f of x. So this is df by dx and d square f by ds square. Okay. At x equal to 1 for the function y equal to f of x given in the table. Okay, so we are asked to find df by dx and d square f by dx square at x equal to 1, where the data are 1, 2.7183, 2, 3.3210, 3, 4.0552, 4, 4.9530, 5, 6.0496, 6, 7.3891. So these are the data. So please note what is this data. This one is a finite difference data. Why? The difference between the adjacent x values are same. Right? Now the interesting thing is, here we are asked to find x equal to 1. And that point is very close to the first point. Exactly equal to the first point. Even if it is very close to the first one, we can use Newton's finite forward interpolation formula. So here it is exactly equal to 1. So we can definitely use Newton's formula. So we are going to use Newton's finite forward extrapolation formula. So what type of table we require? We require the forward difference table. So that we are going to create first. So the given data are noted here. Okay. Now by using this given data, where this is x0, the first data x0 that is equal to 1. So by using this data, we are going to find delta term, delta column, that is first order difference column. So we have 3.3210 minus 2.7183, that is mapped here. 4.0552 minus 3.3210, that is mapped here, etc. So the first order difference are first order finite forward difference are first finite forward difference are 0.6027, that is the difference between 3.3210 and 2.7183, then 0.7342, 0.8978, 1.0966 and 1.3395. So these are the first order finite forward difference. Now by using this one, we have to find the second order finite forward difference, that is delta square. So what is delta square? By using these first order differences, first order finite forward differences, we have second order finite forward differences are 0.1315, 0.1636, 0.1988 and 0.2429. So these are the second order finite forward differences. Now using this second order finite forward difference, we have to find the third order finite forward difference, that is 0.0321, 0.0352 and 0.0441. These are the third order finite forward difference. By using this third order finite forward difference, we have to find the fourth order finite order difference. The fourth order finite forward difference are 0.0031 and 0.0089. Now by using these two fourth order finite forward difference, we have to find the fifth order finite forward difference, and that is 0.0058. Is it okay? So please note, normally if you are using an extrapolation formula, if you are using a finite forward difference table for finite forward extrapolation formula, we are using the first row of the finite forward difference table. Always note that. Okay. So note these values: 2.7183, 0.6027, 0.1315, 0.0321, 0.0031, 0.0058. Now we are going to derive the equation. Please note, normally everybody will have a doubt, like if you are asked to find the differentiation at a particular point, the better thing is first find the extrapolation formula. By using the extrapolation formula or by using the interpolation formula, interpolate the function, interpolate the unknown function, then differentiate that function. Is it a better one? That's a question normally a student can ask. The problem is, numerical method is meant for computing devices. In computer device, we have to write an algorithm. So in order to write an algorithm, we need some expression. Without that, we can't do anything. So here also, we have to derive an expression for finding the numerical differentiation. So anyway, we decided to use the Newton's finite forward extrapolation formula. And what is that? That is f of x is equal to f of x0 plus p into delta f of x0 plus p into p minus 1 divided by 2 factorial into delta square f of x0 plus p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 divided by 3 factorial into delta cube f of x0 plus p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 into p minus 3 divided by 4 factorial into delta raised to 4 f of x0 plus p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 into p minus 3 into p minus 4 divided by 5 factorial into delta raised to 5 f of x0 plus etc. Actually, this one is a finite expression, but I am not writing the last term here. The reason is, we already have the difference table. In that difference table, the last element is delta raised to 5 f of x0. So we need the expression up to this point. Beyond that, we not require, right? So this is f of x. Now by using this expression, we are going to find df by dx. So please note, x equal to x0 plus ph. Please remember that. So what is df by dx? We can write df by dx. We already discussed that. Df by dx is equal to df by dp into dp by dx. Am I correct? Df by dx is equal to df by dp into dp by dx. And what is dp by dx? dp by dx is equal to 1 by h. Okay, and what is the remaining term? df by dp. So we can write df by dx is equal to 1 by h into df by dp equal to 1 by h into. Now we need the differentiation of f with respect to p. So this is f. The first element is independent with respect to p. So its differentiation is 0. That is not written here. It's 0. What is the next term? P into delta f of x0. Delta f of x0 or delta f0 is constant. So what is the derivative of p? That is 1. So we have 1 into delta f0 plus this delta square f0 is constant. So now what is this term? P square minus p divided by 2 factorial. So what is the derivative of this term? P square minus p, its derivative is 2p minus 1. So 2p minus 1 divided by 2 factorial. 2 factorial means 2 into delta square f0 plus. What is this term? This term is, this is also popular, this is pq minus 3p square plus p, 2p. This numerator is pq minus 3p plus 2p. pq minus 3p square plus 2p. So what is its derivative? Its derivative is 3p square minus 6p plus 2 divided by 3 factorial, that is 6 into delta cube f0. So up to this we can easily find. Now this term. What is this one? This is p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 into p minus 3. Where p into p minus 1 into p minus 2, that is this particular one, and we already said that is p cube, its coefficient is 1, minus 3p square plus 2. That is this p into p minus 1 into p. Once 0 is there, we can conveniently, remove that. There is no need to write that 0 there. Later we can add that. So that is p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 into p minus 3. P minus 3 means 1 minus 3. Is it okay? So what is its product? This is minus 6, 9, minus 3. Now what about this one? 1 minus 3, 2. So this is equal to 1 minus 6, 11, minus 6. Then now we can add 0. We left a 0 here. So if that we can add here. So this is p raised to 4 minus 6pq plus 11p square minus 6p. So I told you this is p raised to 4. So what is the derivative? 4pq. This is minus 6pq. So what is its derivative? Minus 18p square. That is this term. This is 11p square. What is its derivative? 12p plus 12p. This is minus 6p. What is its derivative? Minus 6. Divided by this 4 factorial, that is 24 into delta raised to 4 f of x0. Is it okay? So now, what is this term? Here we have p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 into p minus 3 into p minus 4. Please note p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 into p minus 3, that is written here, into p minus 4, that we have to find. So please note, this p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 into p minus 3 is 1 minus 6, 11, minus 6, 0. We are not writing that 0 for a time being. So this is up to p minus 3. Now into p minus 4, that is 1 minus 4. So equal to, if you are multiplying with minus 4, we have minus 4, 24, minus 44, 24. Okay. Multiplying with 1, we have 1 minus 6, 11, minus 6, Okay, so what is the thing? 1 minus 10, 35 minus 50, 24. Now add a 0 here. So this is p raised to 5 minus 10p raised to 4 plus 35p cube minus 50p square plus 24p. That is this numerator. So what is its differentiation? I told you this is p raised to 5. So what is its differentiation? 5p raised to 4 written here. Next one is minus 10p raised to 4. What is its differentiation? Minus 40p cube. That is written here. This is 35p cube. So what is its differentiation? 105p square. That is written here. This is minus 50p square. What is its differentiation? Minus 100p. This is 24p. What is its differentiation? 24. Divided by 5 factorial. This is 5 factorial. Into delta raised to 5 f0. Plus etc. Actually here we have plus etc. that we are not going to write because we have term up to delta raised to 5 f0. Okay. So this is df by dx. So now what is xp? xp is equal to 1. We are asked to find the differentiation df by dx at xp equal to 1 or at x equal to 1. So what is p? xp minus x0 divided by h. That is this is 1 minus 1 divided by 1. That is 0. So p is equal to 0. So here we have an advantage here as p equal to 0. Our df by dx will become, you can see that all p terms are removed. So please go through that equation. So df by dx is equal to 1 by h into delta f0 minus 1 by 2 into delta square f0 plus, this is actually 2 divided by 6, so it will become 1 by 3 into delta cube f0 minus, this is 6 divided by 24, so it will become 1 by 4 into delta raised to 4 f0, delta raised to 4 f0 plus, this is actually 24 divided by 120, so that term will become 1 by 5 into delta raised to 5 f0 plus etc. So now we can substitute the value. What is h? h equal to 1. So df by dx is equal to that 1 by 1, that is not written here, into delta f0 is 0.6027 minus 1 by 2 into delta square f0 is 0.1315 plus 1 by 3 into delta cube f0 is 0.0321 minus 1 by 4 into delta raised to 4 f0 is 0.0031 plus 1 by 5 into delta raised to 5 f0 is 0.0058. So the answer is 0.5480. That was rounded to 0.5480. So please note this is df by dx. Now one more part is that we are asked to find d square f by dx square. Okay. So please note this is df by dx, that general equation that we already derived. Now by using this df by dx, we are going to derive d square f by dx square. Please note the expression written inside the curly bracket is nothing but df by dp. We require that for next derivation, this curly bracket. So what is d square f by dx square? We can write d square f by dx. Already I told you d square f by dx square is equal to d of df by dx divided by dx, that is equal to d of df by dx by dp into dp by dx, that is equal to this dp by dx is 1 by h into this df by dx is 1 by h into df by dp, that is written here. So we can write it as 1 by h square into d square f by dp square. So what is d square f by dp square? That is the differentiation of this expression written inside the curly bracket with respect to p. So what is that? That is equal to 1 by h square into, what is the differentiation of this? Forget about the remaining term. We are considering the curly bracket only. So what is the differentiation of delta f0? That is 0. So that is not written here. So what is the differentiation of this term? 2p minus 1 divided by 2. Its differentiation is 2 by 2, that is 1. So 1 into delta square f0 plus, what is the differentiation of this term? This is 6p minus 6 divided by 6. So it will become p minus 1. P minus 1 into delta cube f0. So p minus 1 into delta cube f0. Plus, what is the differentiation of this term? This term will become 12p square minus 36p plus 22. 12p square minus 36p plus 22 divided by 24 into delta raised to 4 f0. Okay. Plus, what is this term? Its differentiation is 20p cube minus 120p square plus 210p minus 100 divided by 120 into delta raised to 5 f0. That is the last term. Plus etc. We are not writing that because that is not required. Here we have up to delta raised to 5 f0. Now what is the interesting thing? We already have the value of p because we are asked to find d square f by dx square at x equal to 1. Corresponding to that x equal to 1, p equal to 0, right? We already derived that. So as p equal to 0, you can see that this is delta square f0. This term will become minus delta cube f0. This term will become 22 divided by 24, means 11 by 12, delta raised to 4 f0. This term will become minus 100 by 120, that is minus 10 by 12, or even we can solve that minus 5 by 6 if you want, into delta raised to 5 f0. Is it okay? So this is the expression we derived, right? So as p equal to 0, we have d square f by dx square is equal to 1 by h square into delta square f0 minus delta cube f0 plus 11 by 12 into delta raised to 4 f0 minus 10 by 12 into delta raised to 5 f0 plus etc. equal to, what is h? Value of h is 1. So 1 by h square is 1. So we can leave that. Now what is inside that? Delta square f0 is 0.1315 minus delta cube f0 is 0.0321. Right, plus 11 by 12 into 0.0031 minus delta raised to 5 f0 is 0.0058. So by solving this, we have 0.0974. So delta square f, d square f by ds square at x equal to 1 is 0.0974. So this is the value.